You don't want to mess with Chobani.
How do I delete this track?
What?
Alright, whatever. Anyways, so this is episode 1 of our podcast.
Wow.
Wow.
Story.
That's not what it's called.
Yes, it is.
We don't even have a name for our channel.
I like Chobani makes money.
Chobani makes the money.
Make sure you spell it differently.
We'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
That'll be the podcast episode name.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you guys, what do we just do right now?
What do we do? We watched 2 movies.
Best movie of all time?
We watched the Emoji Movie, and we also watched Baby Driver by Edgar Wright.
Alright, so first section of this podcast, we're going to be talking about the classic, the hit, the legend, the Emoji Movie.
Yes.
I'm pretty proud to say that we managed to see it. Well, this is the day after it came out as we're recording this, but
we should have been on the Thursday premiere.
Yeah, midnight premiere.
Yeah, but then we would have been.
But luckily, what we did is that we got to we got to see it at the 420 showing.
Nice.
So
Very
now
nice.
we all have ticket stubs of us, the Emoji Movie, 4:20 p.m. Dewey lost his, but he found one on the way out. So
it's all good.
It counts.
It's all good. It's all good at the end. And Devin, what are your thoughts on the movie?
Why you gotta throw it at me?
Devin, get closer to the mic.
I would say 0 out of 100. That's a little too harsh. I'd give it maybe a 78. If I was a movie critic, I'd probably give it a 6. Yeah. I don't know.
No.
No. I mean, I gotta be honest. It's like a bad, mediocre movie. That's how I describe this movie.
I thought we were gonna go into this being all memey at first, but we're just off the bat. It was not good.
They hyped me up for a bad movie, man. It wasn't as bad.
It met my expectations of being absolutely subpar and not being funny.
Yeah.
But however unfunny that we found it, there was a guy about 2 seats to our right, and he was cracking up.
So that means that there are some people who can enjoy this movie.
And he was a good 25 years old, 30.
I think it's 30.
Remember, there's that guy who's a bit to the right of us who was there with his family.
At the kid. Oh, that man.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was going, ha ha.
Nice. Good one.
The
good
man is poop. Ha
ha. I guess one good thing I have to say about the movie is the music's alright, the soundtrack's alright.
The soundtrack was alright in a very non-standouty kind of way. It wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't memorable.
It's nothing stuck out that was.
It's like a Marvel movie.
Nothing stuck out that was particularly bad.
You guys want to talk about a real good soundtrack though?
That's later. Come on.
I'm talking about the Emoji Movie.
We're 3 minutes in. We can't switch topics yet.
Movie. All right. I feel like it has a lot of things going for it. There's a bit of everything. There's action. There's romance. There's drama. There's poop jokes. There's intrigue. There's heart. There's heart. There's social commentary. I like that. It was a very pro female movie.
I wasn't sure what. Yeah. See, the only thing I was on the edge about were all the communist undertones. I wasn't sure what to think about those.
Yeah, I agree.
You're right.
It's not even a Karl Marx communist. I'm talking about Mao Zedong communist.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
You don't see it?
I'm glad to see that they're bold. They're not afraid to take risks.
They're not. That's why I believe this movie deserves a sequel. I'm just gonna say that the portrayals of your average day teenagers.
Oh, absolutely.
Was super realistic.
Put it up. Establishing shot of the high school.
I remember my
as high schoolers ourselves.
I know.
We can confirm that is actually how social life looks. I
agree.
Every single person out in front typing on their phones.
When I got an iPhone, the first thing I did was download Just Dance.
Yeah.
Every kid should have that.
I know.
You're sponsored by Just Dance.
In class, if your phone goes off, everyone makes fun of you.
Yeah, loser.
They make snappy quips about, "Hey, why don't you do a little dance, buddy?" I can confirm that it's happened to me. Very embarrassing.
I mean, the only thing I do say that it has spot on is phone usage. There's a lot of phone usage, but
you're right.
Anyone can notice that. It doesn't take a movie by Dasani to say that we're addicted to our phones.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna say you can really tell what the age of the people writing this was versus the age of the demographic.
Oh yeah,
that was very clear.
What kind of emojis we got? You got the eggplant emoji. Get that out of you. No one uses that one. Come on.
I know, absolutely. Freshmen in high school.
I didn't see the flame emoji.
There was the 100 emoji. There was no B emoji.
I know that. If I have anything to say, is that is really the worst part of this. There was no bee emoji. There was only one joke in the movie that I thought actually had some sort of thought behind it and was like somewhat. It was like the internet thing when you're scrolling on Reddit and you see something, you don't go ha ha. You just kind of go.
Nice.
That was one at the very beginning when he's walking around the town and there was the retirement home for the emoticon things.
Oh yeah,
out of the text.
that was pretty clever.
That was the only move. That was the only joke that I think they actually thought about. Others were just like, oh, he is a snowboarding man. So, well, I'm cutting this.
Snowboarding plan.
I think the film is really deep. I feel like the film is pretty smart. It's a social commentary on today's political tensions. Conservative versus left-leaning ideologies. And what was clever was, when she was trying to leave the cloud, that was representative of, like, citizens, during the 2016 election who said they want to leave the country. But, as some people from American media has said, the right thing to do is not to leave the country, like Jailbreak did, the princess emoji.
Right, got it right that
she
time.
didn't leave. She went back to help fix the problem. In other words, I believe the underlying theme of this movie is running away isn't the answer. It's going back, help your friends, help your fellow emojis out.
You're right.
And fix the problem.
Be yourself.
I feel like that was a very deep movie. Yeah, kids can learn a lot from this film. Kids can learn a lot about this.
What about
movie.
adults? What do they learn?
Adults, they'll learn that their kids have terrible taste.
Yes.
Dude, they played the freaking in the Spotify. Okay, this is a spoilers review.
Spoiler
just so you guys know. But
we're gonna spoil this movie.
If you guys really don't want to get an instant classic spoiled, I highly recommend clicking off now.
Just don't listen to us.
There's a section where well, first of all, when they go into YouTube, and there's the magnificent video Pen Pineapple Apple Pen playing.
Oh, PPA.
Truly good. I gotta say, they really did represent YouTube very well. They got it down to a T.
Yeah. Last year.
Yeah.
It was one of the main points of the 2016 YouTube Rewind. You really think that's gonna stand in?
It's funny. Yeah, it's 2017 now.
It just goes to show how well thought out it was planned. They're thinking about this way back when that was popular. It just took a lot of thought.
That was okay. We're like a good bit into 2017. That was last year.
We're already halfway through.
Even before that, at the time that this movie started, they decided to put in the "Watch Me Whip" song, which that was popular even before the movie started production. So even when they were writing this, they were behind.
They gotta predict the future.
That's
how you make a good movie.
The easiest way to avoid that problem is just not to do it.
Why don't you direct
the only way you can do it is to have something like that be brought up in an ironic way, saying like, hey, look, this is something that's old, remember that? Like, you can't say it you can't frame it in a way that's suggesting that it's still popular.
You really think kids understand irony?
I think it's really weird that the main kid had to go to a tech store to delete his phone.
I know, he's like,
the way the phone deletes.
My phone's acting up. I'm gonna have a phone appointment,
delete it.
And we're gonna review it and
delete all the content.
For one, you can do that from home, and for two, like, why does he care that much that he's gonna just get rid of the phone?
What was incredible was usually when you delete something, it's gone forever. But apparently, everything.
If it's not done, it doesn't go away permanently.
Yeah, I know.
It just groups all the emojis together, and then it's like, okay, everyone's here, I'm about to delete it. But if you cancel right before then, everyone's fine.
Are the photos okay?
No,
we don't know.
What happens in the photo world? There's so many
That's the sequel.
Yes.
They go into the internet, and that I bet you that's what they're gonna do for the sequel. Yeah. They've established that you can.
If there's a sequel.
You mean when there's a sequel?
Exactly. So. I bet you if they do make a sequel, they're gonna go into the internet. Like, they've established that there's connections to that through things like YouTube and the cloud.
Oh, yes.
So, best believe that they're going on to that internet next. They're broadening their horizons. They're really looking for how to make the next movie just spectacular.
What I love about this movie is it has a lot of potential for a franchise because, the internet's so vast. The humor is endless,
what comes with the possibility for franchise is the possibility for product placement.
Oh.
As you could see, there was much of that. While they refused, or not refused, but while they veered away from doing things like having all the emojis on an iPhone, even though they clearly all were iPhone emojis, or
emojis are the same on every platform except for Skype.
If I've learned one thing from this movie, it's that.
All right. So, but while they didn't, there was literally a line in the movie where Jailbreak says, "Okay, we're in." What was it?
The cloud?
No, the first thing they
We're
started.
in the cloud.
Oh yeah, they're like, all right, we're in Candy Crush. Now we can go from Candy Crush and take the route through Just Dance, and then we can end up in Dropbox. And then along the way, they take a path through Spotify. So you can really tell that this was clearly
a good movie?
Yes. So take a little sip of my drink.
Oh. I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
I think everyone wants to hear that.
Well, I'm disappointed in this movie.
We're recording this before our first video goes up. Okay, I know our audience.
All right. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm disappointed that the film shied away from a popular subject. Having the internet be such an integral part of the plot, you think they'd make some sort of stand for net neutrality? Nothing. Nothing. They covered so many topics in this movie, but they failed to cover net neutrality.
I got it. What? The next movie?
Yeah. Virus attacks.
No, even better. The next movie.
The virus man.
See, it starts off. You think it's gonna be just like another family-friendly romp through the phone land. And see, this is gonna take place after a time skip, a little bit of time.
Of course.
Crombo, the kid of the main boy, he's getting older. He's on.
Oh.
No, this isn't going where you think.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm gonna subvert that expectation.
Yeah.
So he's getting older, and you know how teens are. They get kind of rebellious. They start doing illegal activity.
Jailbreak their phone.
Illegal activity. What are you thinking of?
They go to the deep web.
The dark web, huh?
Yeah. One of the emojis gets lost in the dark web, and Gene and the boys got to take a trip into the dark web and the perils that come with it.
As a person who likes concept art, I think the design of the dark web, if it was like physical, as in, it'd look really cool. Yeah.
Gotta be dark.
It's gotta
be
dark,
dark
but it should also be a web. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it. It's Black Web. Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. Also made by Sony.
Oh. Brand deal tying in.
Nice.
One of my favorite movies of all time. You know that.
Yeah.
It's gotta be in other movies.
I thought it was Norm of the North.
Ice Age.
That's not happening.
I gotta say, the trailers before this movie were pretty dang good too.
The Nut Job 2.
Devin and I missed that. We got there kind of late.
The Nut Job 2 even nuttier.
Yeah.
Was a sequel that I didn't.
The Nut Job 2 Nut Harder.
I did not ask for a sequel, but I will.
It has been thrust upon us.
It's been.
It will always deliver.
It was nutted on us.
Nice. That's not a.
After that, we're having Ferdinand. You can see there.
Alright, so here's my pitch for.
I really think this is gonna be John Cena's breakout role in the animated film industry. Like, he's had films like Fred 2, Camp Fred.
Scooby-Doo meets WWE. You know
that. But he's never really delved into the world of like modern AAA budget animated films, and I really think this is gonna be the way he breaks into that, and he's gonna take the industry by storm.
Like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Like Maui.
See, Dwayne Johnson did it as Maui. Mark Ruffalo did it as the whole.
Wait, I don't remember Mark Ruffalo being in WWE.
That's not what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't talking about wrestlers. I was talking about actors in general.
Actors.
Yes.
But you can tell that we're new to this. I try to make jokes that I don't know the punchline to. I try to segue into it, and it does not work. I will stop.
All right.
No.
I was gonna say I like Davis's sequel, pitch. Right. I said for a third movie, seeing how many emojis there are, there should be like some sort of restrictions made, and then one of the emojis likes the restrictions and one of them don't. You know what I'm saying? So there's emojis fighting emojis.
Ooh,
like the third movie. It's like civil emoji war. And there's gonna be a big fight at the end. I feel like
Spider-Man will jump in.
The Spider
emoji.
Spider emoji.
Exactly.
I'm surprised they didn't do anything with Snapchat or something like that.
I saw the Snapchat out somewhere.
It's like, you know, I bet it's because like Snapchat's a competitor of Facebook.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they don't.
Then again, they kind of made fun of Facebook, but
true.
Exposure.
There was Instagram.
There was Instagram and there was Facebook, but
I don't get it. It was like
there was Twitter.
Instagram was clearly in the middle. Well, not in the middle, but it was like clearly focused on, you know. But they never went there. They never went there.
There's a scene about it. Remember with the parents?
Yeah. In Paris.
Mm-hmm. No, wasn't that just photos?
I don't know. That was where the Rugrats movie took place. If you didn't know.
You know, fun fact.
It's also where Rush Hour 3 took place.
You know, fun fact number 2.
Do you think all these worlds are connected?
Oh, you're right.
What happens to the emojis if you have you turn off the emoji keyboard or you just don't use them?
Wait, what happens when your phone dies?
Excellent question.
They die.
What happened? Yeah. What if it's off? How is that running?
What happens when you charge?
I don't think that's pertinent to the.
I think they just live. They just do whatever.
Okay, but if you don't have the emoji keyboard turned on, but they still exist in the phone because it's an option you can turn on and off.
Yeah.
If you don't have the keyboard on and you never use them as I do, then.
I think there's a world with actual like just letters, like no emojis, same.
Excellent
concept.
question. If the emojis are alive, then like what? Then it showed that the emoticons are alive. In the joke I was talking about earlier. Then what separates the anything on the phone from being alive versus not? Because like things like the virus was live.
Oh yeah.
But the photos were all still.
Yeah.
And also things like if they go online and there's pictures, what's to say that those aren't also sentient? Like what qualifications in the phone dictate if they are sentient or not?
Yes.
And even that in and of itself, that brings me back to something I was gonna say. They don't even they don't even stick to the rules that they set on their own. They've established that things like Facebook and Instagram are just apps, like worlds that you can go into. But then at the end, spoilers, as we've said, when they gotta escape from the cloud, they the princess jailbreak. God damn it! But she calls up Twitter itself. Nice. So now where does this Twitter lie in the space of the realm of sentience? Because it clearly was the emojis are. When they're sent, they kind of go into a Toy Story mode where they are shaped like how they look on screen, and then they have a sentient mode. But Twitter was just the logo in 3D. And it's not anywhere in the app, right? And it's not an emoji, but it was still sentient, and it wasn't in the app space.
Every app like a living person cells inside.
It wasn't an app. It was something else that was in the cloud somehow.
You know what's also weird? Because like... there's
looking
a moment,
too much into this.
There's a moment where they go into the Facebook app and they come back with like stamps of like likes. How come they're not sentient?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, how come the Facebook emojis aren't sentient? The reactions.
Here's a good question. Yeah. If you put a colon and a smiley face emoji, colon parentheses, is that real? Is it alive?
In real life?
No. Yes.
Yeah, they did that. So then, what else was I gonna bring up? Something about...
I mean, who has firewall on their phone?
I know. Like...
Maybe it's just like security? Apple security?
I don't know.
No.
I know computers have firewall.
I know. Yeah, ooh, that should be the sequel. They go into the computer.
That's an even bigger world.
They go into video games.
That's just crossing over the record graph.
They go into Mii's. Is the Nintendo Switch?
I don't think Nintendo plans on...
They would not stoop.
I mean, they're letting Disney, let alone. I don't think they're not gonna let
Will there be an emoji movie app?
Oh my God, Devin! I think you're onto something.
Wow, sequel. That's what it is.
Hold up, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Aren't they called emojis?
I'm just gonna look something up.
I bet you they're gonna have some like Temple Run clone kind of thing.
You know, you never know.
Emoji what are you trying to find? Movie app. Guess the emoji movie. Wow, there isn't an emoji movie app.
What? So many negative reviews.
17 the most
non-deserving.
Let's read a review right now and say our honest opinion.
Let's see how it's doing on Rotten Tomatoes. Because when it released, it was 0, but now it's at like 6.
So it's climbing up. It'll get there slowly.
Yeah, and it has an 8. It's
nice.
It's moving.
It's moving on up in the world.
It's going to its rightful rank. You guys want to be honest about the Emoji movie? All joking manner aside.
Sorry, we're just looking up Google Images.
It's not the worst movie I've seen.
It met my expectations in the sense that it was just going to be not good. It's one of the worst kind of bads you can be. It's just forgettable.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't
not so bad that it's good.
It wasn't like The Room where it's just amazingly terrible. It wasn't like I got nothing.
It's amazingly mediocre.
Exactly. It was just the only
forgettable.
reason people are going to remember it is because it really goes to show what kind of things that big companies are going to try and make movies out of.
Oh, I felt like this film was also like pretty inspired by Lego Movie. You know
oh, Lego Movie, Wreck-It Ralph. You could really tell they're trying to hop on that train.
I mean, those films
it has big aspects of both things. Both of them are related in the thing. Devin, you gotta talk more. You've said like 3 things this podcast.
I'm like not starting conversation.
No. I mean, like
one-liners.
Nah, because like both movies have like their main characters, like, you know, the bottom of the bottom. You know.
Okay. Yeah, they all have there's a world inside your phone, a world inside your video game. There's a world inside your Lego.
World inside your leg.
Yes, the leg movie.
No, I'm saying
the Lego movie, the Emoji movie.
What's next?
They're following that format.
What's next?
I want my Mega Bloks movie.
Yeah,
they deserve one.
Dude, you could tell this movie had the Ghostbusters route where it's gonna get a lot of views from ironic viewership, like us included. Curious viewers, alongside people just seeing it because it's gonna be bad. But it had a lot of, as you know, it achieved meme status, especially through the things like Jack's films.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how many people he brought. I'm not saying he did anything wrong, because he gave us probably him alone caused us to experience this delightful, wonderful, family-friendly experience.
I don't know about you guys, but I just went because, like, you know, we've talked about it so long. I was just like, make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Alright, so, but it also spread publicity through people saying that it was going to be bad.
Yeah, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
I don't, honest. Devin, stop. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
not going to censor your views.
The way you say that.
The way you said it was like, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty good.
We both know
the suspense was on point.
I liked it.
I thought the hand was going to die.
Get out of here.
Oh, that brings me to something else I was going to say.
I hate the hand.
The high five emoji.
As do I. But I went on Twitter recently, and everyone was tweeting about it. Everyone was tweeting about the reviews. Everyone's like, hey, I'm gonna go see it with my boys. Like, Alfred said he got drunk and saw it with everyone. So, like, that's tons more people seeing it. And, like, the tone of the movie, it clearly wasn't going for the negative publicity, still publicity kind of thing. Yeah. I don't think most movies do. Well, Ghostbusters had a lot of publicity through controversy, but this was less controversial and more this is gonna be bad.
Movie. It's just a plain movie.
That's a smart business
it did not try to stir controversy the way it did.
Yeah.
I think it tried to, because like there's so many people that talked about it opening day. So
as ambitious as the movie was, I was a little disappointed when this happened twice in the movie. When Gene has to save Han, he's like, I gotta save my one friend, and then later when Han tries to go after Gene, he's like, I gotta save my one friend. It's like the princess Jailbreak, you know, she was never acknowledged. And I was just like, you know, for a movie that's like pushing forward female empowerment in this character, you're doing
you're really setting back women's rights.
You're really doing a good job.
Too many years.
You're doing a great job acknowledging this person.
I didn't think about that. He's like, guys, I can't leave him. We gotta go back. And she's like, why? And she's like, he's my only friend.
I know, they just straight up like.
And then when Han does the same thing when he wants to save Gene, he's like, he's my only friend.
Oh yeah.
So.
Okay, I don't know.
Pretty disappointing. As ambitious as the movie was, that fell a little short.
So and another thing I was gonna say, and that I was about to mention before I talked about Twitter, we're half an hour in. We're doing good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Still talking about emojis.
Yeah. So pretty soon we're probably gonna switch over. But going back to as I was saying, what dictates what is and isn't an emoji, or what isn't sentient in the phone world, is
pretty confusing. Yeah.
The internet troll characters.
Oh yes.
What was that?
Apparently, that means that if I ever said something mean, some form of me would be inside.
Now, is that an embodiment of the person who said it themselves? Because they just said it's an internet troll, not it's an internet troll.
Yeah, but like it had a very specific
They could have just said
they
could have just said it's an internet troll comment. Like they said, it could have been the embodiment of troll comments or spam. They had an embodiment of a spam email, but the way they conveyed the way they conveyed it is that it's a personification of the troll themselves.
So why didn't the spam email get a personification?
Exactly, because like they could have had that. Like I just don't know what that's supposed to be, because they clearly showed it as a person, but it is that person.
That person hacked into your phone and he's giving.
And then when they got
feedback.
deleted, and then the trash got cleared, presumably at the end of the day, those trolls are gone. But what does that mean? It means absolutely nothing. Either it means the personification of a troll that had nothing to do on the phone, it was just existing, and it had no contact or anything. That just random that random portrayal got deleted. Or it means that they killed the troll in real life. They're deleted. They're gone. The troll themselves.
I remember when I was watching the movie, I just looked over you and I pretended I was the troll. I opened my phone and then all of a sudden I just died. As soon as the troll gets deleted, I'm just like, I'm just dead.
I know, like, that was such a weirdly thought out, like, they clearly tried to go for a joke about internet culture, but they really just, like... So
drop the bucket.
I don't even think they knew what jailbreak was.
Why is there an app for jailbreak?
Like
no,
why
is an emoji called jailbreak?
Yeah, that's their nickname.
Huh? No, can an emoji even hack? That means one of these little fuckers in my phone, okay, has the ability to do whatever it wants. It could send messages to my friend. That is scary, right? That's scary.
That's assuming we have someone as important as Gene, and let's be honest, there's not many of those people in this world, and we need more of that.
Yeah.
So like. There's so many rules and things that they establish, and they just ignore them.
Yeah, I know. Jeez. I got so many questions, man.
Like what? Lay it on us. Give the fans some screen time. You're a fan favorite. I already know.
Yeah, dude. I'm my own
first
fan
episode.
Favorite.
You
Lego Star Wars.
We haven't even made the channel yet.
Oh, even better. You're making up an
like I lied about the
Smash that like button,
guys. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. No, that's what we're doing right now. We're just making videos in bulk. Yeah. Before the channel even exists.
Yeah. So then once it starts,
dude,
we have
1 million sub special right now in advance.
Okay.
In advance.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm excited.
I'm
excited.
1 million subs. I'm just wow. I can't believe it.
I never thought we'd make it.
Yeah, I just want to say, I want to thank Davis and Devin for inviting me onto this
wonderful cinematic experience.
Wonderful experience.
200 people dipped. They could be here right now with us talking about
honestly, we'd only have room for one more person.
Yeah, true.
Unless
this is already an incredibly uncomfortable position. I'm like standing. I'm doing like a wall sit on a bed.
Wait, I think you can push the bed off of that little platform a bit more. Oh, you're okay. That's as far as it goes.
Okay.
So just kind of sit on that, I guess. I don't know. We'll have it better set up next time.
Oh yeah. An actual chair, maybe.
All right. Final thoughts on the Emoji movie.
You guys want to actually be serious for a second?
I'll give it a emoji rating. I'll give it the poop emoji.
Out of what? Just the poop emoji.
Just the poop emoji.
Devin, your rating?
2 pope emojis.
Pope.
Pope emoji.
You're saying this movie is godlike.
Yes. It's a biblical epic.
That's a social commentary.
I cannot wait for the rest of the...
good social commentary, not executed well, though.
And my problem is that Lego Movie had a very similar, just kind of broad social commentary on, like, be yourself, be
different,
and it will help others, and just, like, many messages like that.
It's easier to be yourself than to...
But it was just more well executed, like, just better dialogue, and it was
Alright, I'm gonna tell everyone, if you watch Lego Movie, you watched Emoji Movie.
Yeah?
Yes.
You watched a much better Emoji.
Yes, it's just...
No, wait, I just realized one of the most similar things is, like, don't you realize Hacker and, like, the girl emoji look almost like the same?
That's one of my first thoughts.
Are they sisters?
I was just like, okay, that person is clearly trying to be, Wild Style?
Wild Style?
Oh, yeah, and, smiley emoji was identical to the
Will Ferrell
emoji. So. No, I mean Will Ferrell Lego.
Will Ferrell emoji.
I'm sorry, the movies
are theaters near you.
The movies are so similar.
See,
that
okay,
I'm already.
There was a Lego movie, then there was a Lego Batman movie. What will come up next?
Lego.
We're probably gonna get him. It's gonna be about the 100 emoji in his career on SoundCloud.
Which
may or may not be coming to an end by the time this is out, but we don't know.
Like, I'm confused.
You can really see
if emojis can like other emojis, how can you like a number?
Very true. Yes. What kind of as
a
human species, we're getting into this.
As
a human species, we have a base level attraction to other people based off of their facial features, and obviously, most people are only attracted to humans as opposed to other living things.
There are some. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not denying it.
I'm not saying there's a problem with it.
As I was saying, as humans, we have a base level attraction to other humans because we recognize them as a human and they have qualities that are hardwired into our bodies as being desirable.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, people have different tastes, but it's still set inside that one base, like, recognition. Mm-hmm. Now, emojis, they come in all different shapes and sizes. There's the facial emojis, there's the humanoid emojis, there's the
objects.
There's the emoticons.
There's a stop sign. Okay, how the heck are you gonna make that?
No,
they already did. I remember there's a stop sign emoji.
Yeah,
it was like stop, and that was
the joke.
Yeah.
He said stop, and they didn't stop.
What about he was like halt?
What about the ABC emoji? You know what I'm talking about? Like there's a square. How can you even make that human?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, clearly, the two main boys of the movie, the Jailbreak and Gene.
John.
No, it's Gene.
Now, again, all the emojis are named after what they are, but then Gene is just Gene. We've established that things are like their families. It's passed down like that. Like, the two Met emojis had a Met emoji, but they each have individual names. Mm-hmm. Now, things like the high five and the princess, they're just named that. Where, like, they don't have actual names. Gene is the only emoji with an actual name.
They name dropped the Jailbreak. They name dropped. No, because remember.
No, they just called princess.
They're like, hi, Molly, and she's like, shut up.
Oh,
Mom.
yeah. But everyone just calls each other by what they are. Now,
here, I have another question relating to this. So, okay, you can see Gene and his family, right? They have, like, special little hair, but everyone else is just the emoji. Like, where's the difference in, like, people?
So,
they're all the same.
This also raised a question in my mind. If two emojis can have a son or a child,
how would the emoji be passed down?
Does that mean they have a sexual reproductive system?
And as well as that, how does it decided how things how the emojis are passed down?
How do they smash?
Exactly. No. What I was saying is that the only parents that we see in this movie are Gene's parents, and they were both meh, so he was a meh.
True.
But
wait. Because of that,
he likes. But because he likes the princess emoji, that clearly shows that emojis can be attracted to other emojis that they are not.
I know. So that means, what would their child be?
Would it be a new emoji? Whoa. Would they have to shield it? They would never have a job?
Yeah, I know. That means that emoji can never
or would it be randomly passed down like they're either one or the other?
Maybe.
Going back to what I was saying before, does attraction only limit itself to emojis of similar things? Like, can
a car and a Gene?
Whoa, there was an entire emoji that looked like a human being. You know, it was the dancing emoji.
The dancing.
That was so weird. It just looked out of...
Now, would that human emoji only be able to be attracted to other humanoid emojis? Like, where's the leeway? Because would it work like how we are with other creatures, where we're only normally attracted to things that have our basic species?
I know.
Or how much leeway would there be? What kind of emojis could like what, and how far is that separation gone? Because there's clearly realistic humans, and then there's like the cartoony humans, like the two dancer things.
Yeah.
Now, like that I could see, but could like a human like a Gene type emoji, or could a human like a stop sign emoji? Like, where is the social boundaries, and what are the social views on this?
Apparently,
on these
it's
relationships?
Pretty positive because everyone doesn't seem to be in tension. So, I guess so. Things are good in the emoji world.
Well, however, the social constructs were in the past, they're past it.
Yeah, they're past it. One thing I do have a question. What if, a hand emoji, hook up with a dancing emoji, what would it look like? Would it be like some sort of
genetic
mutant?
Would it have one large
something
hand?
Something out of Dead Space? I don't get it.
Oh god. I have a question.
Yes.
So there was a line in the movie somewhere where she's like, "See, the problem with real life is that you can either be born into this world as a girl who can only be a bride, or a princess." And I was like, what about all the other girl emojis?
No,
like, just this.
Devin,
like,
you're ignoring the lore that was obviously laid out and given to you, and you're ignoring that. She said back when emojis first started. Now that brings us to another thing.
Oh, there was tension back then. There's a history in this world.
There's a lore. Are we gonna get a prequel? Are we gonna get the first emoticon?
Oh, I think a prequel would be easier to do.
Yeah, because they get to go back and use old trends. They don't have to try and keep up with new ones and fail miserably.
And less emojis to animate.
Exactly. They just have 3 models. That's it. Swap out the letter. But forgot what I was saying.
Wait. Would that mean Gene's son would also be some sort of malfunction? Because because there is apparently some sort of genetics working out in this.
Yeah, because the dad had it.
How
did genetics work?
I don't know. I can't answer that. And I hope
no, it's ones and zeros, you idiot. Did you not get the binary joke?
God, I just hope they can answer that in the next film.
Very excited. Now
I'm disappointed they didn't give me any answers.
We said final thoughts and then we talked about it for another 15 minutes.
Final real thoughts.
We haven't heard your thoughts, Davis. What are your thoughts on it?
It's not a good movie. There was a car emoji in the Emoji movie. You know what else had cars in it that we saw? Baby Driver.
No, I was gonna say
Cars 3.
I was gonna say the trailer for Nut Job.
Oh. We'll get him next time, bro.
We'll get him next time.
Mission failed.
I feel like there's less to talk about this movie as compared to Emoji.
We saw a good movie and a bad movie. You decide which is which.
Exactly. Now this section, the last section was us going really philosophical into the social constructs and the how would the world around the Emoji movie worked, and us just overanalyzing it just for fun. This movie, I think we're actually going to talk about and like what we liked about it and stuff like that.
For one, I think the acting is very good.
Yeah, it was good.
Very good.
Jamie
Foxx was great.
Oh, this is also spoiler.
This is Driver spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, this is
spoiler. There is no boss baby in this.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
I thought we were gonna have a tie-in. But
love the gore effects in this movie.
Yeah, lots of practical effects. I'm pretty sure I saw in a behind the scenes thing that they actually rigged them so in the scene near the end, we're already talking about the end. No, we're gonna jump around. But at the scene in the end when what was his name? Buddy,
yeah. John Hamm.
Yeah, John Hamm. When after he ran over
and when he fell.
No, it was before that. When he first showed up after he hit the guy.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yes. Kevin Spacey's death in that movie.
So yeah. I said his name as a joke, but then I remembered that was actually the actor who played
is Kevin Spacey.
So so after that scene, when he goes to run over Baby, and he does that jump over a car.
He goes to run over a baby.
Yeah, no. When he's out of the car and he goes to run him over, and he does that cool jump over. I'm pretty sure I saw in a behind the scenes thing that they like actually rigged him to do that. Like
had a lot of practical
jokes,
effects, and a lot of CGI in the movie, which Edgar Wright did say that the best way to do car chases is to have it be the real thing.
Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna find it, but yeah, and I like this movie a lot because it's one of those movies that it takes place in real life. Everything that happens is very grounded, and they don't do much action movie stuff like, oh, you shoot a car and it explodes. Like, a lot of the things in the movie are, like, really a lot more grounded, but still was creative and exciting enough and well done enough to still be exciting.
Be fresh and original.
Yeah. Yes. Like, there's only a few times where it was just kind of like, oh, would that happen? But overall, they did a lot of things that, like, worked. Like, they acknowledged, well, for one, tinnitus in general. No movie ever, unless it's a character trait, like, they just don't acknowledge it. They're just like, oh,
this is Katana.
Yeah, they just say, oh, there's this big shootout, everyone's fine. And, but in this movie, like, in the scene where he's holding a gun, like, to his face, and then he shoots next to both his ears, he loses his hearing like mostly for like a while. Like in real life, it would probably have a bit more permanent damage, but like this movie actually acknowledged the fact that would hurt your ears.
Well, would have hurt other times than all the other gunfight movie scenes.
Well, yeah, but
earmuffs.
They still used it as a plot point as opposed to just being a detail that's overlooked.
Oh yeah, instead of being like I'm on the ground because I can't hear, and now I'm fine.
Nah, yeah, but one of the biggest highlights of this movie, aside from the car chases, is that soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely amazing.
Personally, I didn't know much soundtrack from it because I listen to like EDM, modern kind of stuff.
Since I listen to a lot of Motown music.
Yeah, I love that kind of music.
They were still jams.
Like like even though I don't go out of my way to listen to that kind of stuff, because for me it's just easier. Like with the EDM, like it's so branching, so much new stuff is coming out. I can just like hook up SoundCloud, go on a following, see all this new stuff. It's just all right there. I don't really have to look for anything. I'm not a good.
I guess that's what it's like. The music isn't just there for
but yeah,
but it's also part of his character because like Miles or Baby, he goes out of his way to get his music. Goes to the record store too.
Yeah, like it's just details of character traits like that. Like it just makes things more interesting. And I liked how they went for like a really timeless feel to the movie.
Because despite it being set in the modern day, all
like,
these retro music.
If you look at details, like people having iPhones or just like modern car makes, like it's clearly set in current day. But because they put so much more emphasis on
the vibes,
on like
the tone.
Yeah, and especially like it had a very timeless feel in general, but that coupled with the fact that its style and tone was based off of old stuff, is that it's going to be appreciated no matter how far away it's going to be.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a timeless movie.
The Emoji movie, on the other hand, built entirely around 2014, dare I say, internet.
Yes.
True.
It's going to be forgotten in a matter of minutes as memes are. That's what the Emoji movie is. It's a meme.
It's one meme.
It's a big meme, and it's already
Not
dead.
a good one.
And
dead on arrival.
I'm super excited for future Edgar Wright projects.
Absolutely.
I believe he should just keep making passion movies he makes.
I know.
Just don't let him make any.
And he has so much good range. Like Hot Fuzz was like a fun.
Shaun of the Dead was a genuinely good zombie movie.
I haven't seen that. The only Simon Pegg movie.
Hot Fuzz.
That was Hot Fuzz. I haven't seen the other ones. I've been wanting to see the other ones. I just haven't. But from what I can tell, he did a good job of that. It definitely had like the more kind of Britishy humor, especially in the
trivia sense. You guys know he worked on Ant-Man, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's why
it definitely had a kind of feel like that. Like
they definitely based it off of his.
It definitely felt different than other Marvel movies.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it had a unique tone, but not as much. It was more in like the nuances of the filmmaking.
Like I said, I think another highlight of the movie was Jamie Foxx. You know, you know who that is, right?
Which one is that?
The one who wore the red coat.
The brown man.
Oh yeah,
the bad guy.
Yeah,
the guy
Batman.
The bad one.
Jamie Foxx.
Who played Electro in the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
I was like,
2.
I know
that wasn't Jamie Foxx, was it?
That was him. I'm not kidding around. You guys will be surprised. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
I almost typed it in.
Jamie Foxx played Electro in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Wow, they just made him look like a freaking
blue man
loser.
Oh. That's
I mean like before that, like when he looked like that was Jamie.
That's Jamie Foxx.
Are you sure? That does not look like him. I'm going to the cast.
Yep. Jamie Foxx.
Andrew Garfield.
Wow.
Like I said, I loved him in this movie. He was
he just
great antagonist.
I did not recognize him. He looks so different.
I'm gonna say
looks like an electric man.
That was kind of a tangent. Anyways,
but Jamie Foxx, there was great chemistry between him and Baby. You know, like you could feel the rivalry between the two.
Definitely, and I like how un-black and white this movie was about conflict.
Oh yeah.
Like there was so many times where there's like pretty much everyone in the movie other than the woman. I forgot her name.
Deborah.
I was thinking Deborah. I just didn't know if that was right. But she's like the only character in the movie who hasn't
genuinely good. What?
No, I mean she was the only character in the movie that was never an antagonist at any point.
Hey, his foster father was.
Oh yeah, him too.
Yeah.
Like every other character of the few there was, which is I like that.
They were bad people.
Yeah, but they weren't always antagonists, and it flipped at any given moment.
I felt like Jamie Foxx's character was always antagonist.
Yeah. But he was a lot more he was like the most consistent antagonist of the film.
Yeah.
But he was the least active about it. He was the most emotional antagonist.
John Hamm went from pretty chill to being bad guy.
He was the most unexpected thing. I thought John Hamm was gonna stay as like
pretty cool guy.
The cool rival guy, like the anti-hero.
I didn't see it. Oh, yeah. I thought Kevin Spacey.
But that's what was so good about this movie. It was so unpredictable. It was so fresh and original that like I had no idea what was gonna happen. Like
I like how Kevin Spacey turned around. He just let him I love
in his death, like he still he helped them at the end out of nowhere, and like there was clearly character behind it, but it wasn't like this big exposition dump like, oh, when I was in your shoes I had a girlfriend and she died because my boss wouldn't help me. Now I'm doing the same for you and I'm trying to get you out of this, because
it's implied.
Like all he said is I was in love once, and he understands it. Like this show, it had so much character, and it didn't go out of its way and slow down the pace to try and explain everything. It explained everything in the nuances and acting. Like, there was never... Like, many other movies would have had a scene where Baby confronts the boss, and he's like, all these things are hurting people. I don't want to live that life. He never once says that to, like, anyone. But you can see in the way that when the camera's in his perspective, how he lingers on people knocked out or dead from the things that happen, and his, like, visual discomfort. And also his interaction with the stepdad, that like you can tell that he really did not want to be in that.
He did not like his job,
and he didn't. True. He was really against hurting people, and like how he kept the banker woman from going inside, and like things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were
building it up. They put it earlier in the film where he looked at her.
But and that, of course, like those things that he did paid off in the end when they were testifying and saying how he was like genuinely a good person.
Yeah.
But like, that's how you do a subtle character that it's, like, not even subtle that he was against these things, but it was just done in a way that wasn't blatant and overbearing.
Yeah.
Like,
it was nice.
So many movies, you'd be like, I'm not about this life. I'm going one last ride.
Yeah.
Like, go all Fast and Furious. But, like, it just shows how you can make such a strong character through so little actual spoken dialogue from that character.
Show, don't tell.
Exactly. I am so big on show don't tell.
Show don't tell. That's true.
Show and tell, boys.
Or show and tell, but anyways.
Like, that's definitely a sign of a quality product
by a master director.
Exactly.
And I feel like Edgar Wright's products is.
That's going. Movies. God, it's getting really hot. We have all the fans off and windows closed, so there's no background audio.
Dude, I'm the one sitting on a bed.
Okay.
Not on this.
No, we've only talked about this for 10 minutes. We talked about the Emoji Movie for 45 minutes.
I mean, I need some sort of fan in here.
We could take a break.
Take off your jacket, maybe.
Take off your jacket. What are you doing, fool?
You dumb.
But yeah, going back to Edgar Wright, I like his range. Like, all of his movies are clearly stylized, but like with things like Hot Fuzz, the beginning of it is like a subtle parody of like British things on like how dry everything is and how like subtle and subdued all of it is, like even still with his own style to it, especially in his editing. But then the climax of the movie where it switches into a parody of an American action movie, where it just switches over, and like it's clear that they do that because there's scenes where him and the American cop are talking about American movies and how the British guy, Simon Pegg, is against them. Like, it's clearly not subtle, but like an overarching theme of the movie, and it's clear that it's parodying both sides of the coin, and it's pulled off so well that it's still genuinely entertaining either way.
Yeah.
And it's like clearly a I wouldn't say a dramedy, but it's a comedy, like a dark comedy action film with like drama undertones, with just like the mystery aspects of it. And then Scott Pilgrim, one of my favorite movies. Ooh. Devin likes that one.
That's Edgar Wright, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
I'm gonna Google it for the sake of not looking like a fool.
Yeah. No, okay, that's the thing. Like, that's the one of the few things that kind of carry over between movies, like how. You remember at the beginning of
this movie? Is.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, thank God.
The beginning of this movie, it was like with the song that was playing, like the intro, had the words written on the walls and stuff like that. And in Scott Pilgrim, it has the same sort of stuff going on, where
Yeah, like when he's walking towards the camera and there's like the 7 X's in the background.
Oh yeah. Well, it's stuff like that when he's playing the whatever.
Oh yeah, just like
thing.
Yeah, like the visual things. Like he's just so stylistic, and I really like stylistic movies for one thing.
Yeah.
Like they're just so much more fun, and this movie is living proof that you can make a serious and it's like not even like a totally serious movie. It's totally like going for like. I've never seen a movie like this. Like at least I don't think. Like all of it is so grounded in reality and the things that happen.
You're saying Emoji movie wasn't grounded in reality?
I'm not gonna lie.
Emojis, man?
We don't know. God, my voice is just destroyed.
Take a sip, young man.
Take a sip. But speaking of stylistic directors, I got throw it out for my man Zack Snyder.
Yeah, boy.
Makes the best movies.
Dan Schneider. I'm with you. Dan Schneider.
Zaddy Snyder. Makes fire movies.
What did he make?
300.
I haven't seen that.
He made 300. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman.
Oh, you know those last two are really go to show his no. But as I was saying,
we'll talk about that one.
Scott Pilgrim was a comedy through and through, but still had like well done like emotional moments that showed like the character relationships, and that was the most blatantly stylized with like the visual like comic book and video game aspects of it. But it was and like the freaking like. Okay, everything in this review is spoilers. Like every movie we bring up.
Yeah.
Highly recommend Scott Pilgrim. Highly recommend Hot Fuzz.
They're fun movies.
And Shaun of the Dead.
I still haven't seen it.
Devin,
I can't recommend it if I've never seen it.
I'd recommend it just through the director.
Yeah.
But
all of Edgar Wright's work.
Yeah.
Very very.
And
quick.
As I was saying about his range, is how Hot Fuzz. Satirical take on British and like dramas and American action movies. Scott Pilgrim, a like through and through stylized movie about video game. Like that's the one good video game movie.
Yeah,
Scott Pilgrim.
One good comic
Whoa.
Well,
Castlevania on Netflix.
I haven't seen that, but that's an animated series. That's not a movie. I'm talking about Western Hollywood or live action.
You're
films.
saying you don't like Super Mario Bros. The movie?
See, that's a whole different time for whole different podcast. All right.
That's an excellent movie.
Mama Luigi.
Luigi.
Dennis Rodman as King Koopa. Like that.
Yoshi.
I really liked Christian Bale's performance as the Yoshi. He really pulled it out of the hat.
Yeah, Danny DeVito as Mario.
Pulled it out of the hat.
Oh, Mario.
Mario. He would make a good Mario.
The best video game movies are the video game movies that aren't even based on a video game, because video games are.
You don't like Pixels? Or are you saying Pixels is a good movie?
What I was saying is that the best video game movies are the movies about video games, not the movies based on specific franchises.
Yeah, like Pixels.
That's the exception.
Best movie of all time.
Pixels starring Adam Sandler.
Because video games as a medium they're developed from the ground up to be interactive. Like things like Undertale is a good example on how much interactivity is integral to the experience of the game. Like that whole thing is based off of like your experience with it.
Yeah.
Like you could, I don't know, but it's just like so heavily based. Like your experience with that game is so much, in like given to you. Like it has great music and great characters and stuff, but like your experience is built off of what you do, and it's your interactions with the game. And trying to make a film off of that where it's a thing based off of interactions, removed or take the interactions out of it, all you have is the plot. And like there's some great plot heavy games, but without the interaction of the game, then like there's a lot of things that are just lost, like a lot of parts of the experience. Like the Resident Evil movies.
Hey, whoa. Prince of Persia is pretty good.
I like that movie.
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is a good video game.
I like
it. That's the Sand of
But
Time.
Clearly they had to take a lot of liberties with it to make it a movie.
There's not much plot in the original game, so maybe that's
16-bit.
Maybe that's how you do video game adaptations. You adapt.
You can't not take liberties without the interactivity.
Unless the game is a freaking movie, then
yeah, like things like Heavy Rain.
Beyond.
But even that, so much of it is based off of your decisions.
That's true.
But games the main games that you can have the most faithful adaptions to in a Hollywood style mainstream movie are things that are just plot central, like
or there is no plot.
Exactly.
Some
on the other side, take so many liberties. The
make
Lego Movie is the epitome of taking liberties. Like it's its own story.
Make it its own thing or follow the source material.
Exactly, but it's very hard to do with video games. There's a select few that you can do with.
It's very hard to find like a good middle ground.
For example, Metroid, you could make a movie out of it or a series out of it, but you could not do it in the same way that something like the freaking
Aliens.
Yeah. No, that's not what I was trying to say. You could not make it in the style of a mainstream or not. It could be animated. Like
I think that's.
I was saying something about that. You just couldn't make it a normal movie. It would destroy the feeling of the game. It would not feel the same because so much of it is based off the atmosphere and the progression.
If you want a Metroid movie, just go watch the original Alien.
Exactly,
which is what it's based.
Let's go play some Metroid.
Like Metroid was 100% based off of
Alien.
I'm not saying all of it was based off of Alien, but it was like without doubt, it's been confirmed.
Heavily influenced.
One of the main characters is named Ridley. Like, come on. Like,
true.
That's true.
So the way I see you could go about it is make it live action, make it very grounded in reality, with like very atmosphere heavy, slow pace, not slow pace, but just like very deliberate, not that much action, because like I guess you can have action, but not to the extent as like something animated, because like so live action movie you'd be able to make it good through things like pacing, cinematography, like just a lot of the things Aliens did well, things like that. Whereas animated, you'd be able to have like combat central. Like
I think anime is the way to go.
I know, like
after Castlevania,
it would work either way, but like if you want a good
if you want to be safe,
you could do more with it.
If you want to be safe, have
not only could you visually represent the original source material as well, because Samus's suit in general, you can't have a human inside of that. The torso is small, the shoulders are huge.
You basically have to redesign. So
I know, like if you look up Samus cosplay,
it's like, just funky looking.
Yeah,
it's a Zero suit.
Samus Aran.
What about the Zero suit?
Oh yeah, that's.
I mean that you can do. Varia suit cosplay. Like if you look at it, it is just so unproportional. Like it's not well made.
Oh, nice.
But like look at it, like it is not a good adaptation as you would say.
I mean, it's impossible.
You gotta find a very
you just actually can't. It's not physically possible, unless
you take liberties.
Yeah. See, like look at the proportional difference. Like, for one, just live action Varia suit or any suit for that matter. Like I guess you could like do visual tricks to make it look better, but it just wouldn't be a perfect adaptation. So you'd have to take heavy liberties with the suit, and
or animate it.
Yeah, or just animate it. It's more expensive, but it would make the best experience. You could still have the things like the atmosphere and the cinematography of the live action, but you could take visual liberties. Like, you can make things out of proportion. You can have giant, stylized space monsters. Someone suggested, I know it would 99.99% chance never happen, but someone suggested a Studio Ghibli Studio Ghibli adaptation of Breath of the Wild. That would be superb.
So just watch Princess Mononoke.
I know, because like that just goes to show how well that would work with that visual style. This isn't on the topic of video game movies.
Or Baby Driver.
Yeah, this is a pretty
we've gone such a big tangent, because we're talking about Edgar Wright, then we talked about Scott Pilgrim. We'll bring it back in a minute.
I'm just kind of sitting here
but just visually, the styles would work so well together. Like, the style, like, that Breath of the Wild did remind me a lot of Studio Ghibli, just like especially the soundtrack.
Yes, Hayao Miyazaki and Joe Ohashi's.
What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying, it's like definitely heavily influenced.
Yeah, like, that's part of why I like Breath of the Wild. I haven't played it, I don't have a Switch.
I have played it.
Oh man, I don't have half of my Wii U.
Yeah, pretty much
no gamepad.
Most of it. I gotta be honest, it definitely would be a perfect translation.
Yeah.
If it was done by Studio
Speaking
Ghibli.
of which, Miyazaki's coming out of retirement again for.
I thought I could have sworn he said I'm never making animated movies.
He said that 4 times. He said that
so many times.
I think this one's just a short film. I don't know if it's gonna be a feature thing, because it's about a caterpillar, right?
Okay.
Caterpillar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be like a 5-10 minute short film, but still, like he's not giving up. He cannot quit, but he's one of the few people where I could say, keep going, boy. Yeah. Like I'll gladly accept your.
I feel like it's not like he doesn't want to do it. I feel like this is just his passion.
Yeah.
It's his passion is to make animated movies.
Yeah, and it's clearly not one of the cases where, like, someone's leaving because it's like, you know what, it's time, I'm going downhill. Like, he's still going, and he's just stopping because he feels like he wants to retire, but he can't because it's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best kind of coming out of retirement, boys.
Yeah.
So,
you know, back to an actual movie.
Back to
Super
Mario Brothers. The movie.
Oh yeah, now this is the actual good movie that we watched.
No, back to Edgar Wright. Yeah,
Baby Driver.
Like all 3 of those movies clearly have his influence, especially in like the editing style and just like how stylistic it is. But it's definitely like still very separate movies. And this was a sentence that got cut off like 10 minutes ago. But this movie is like living proof that you can do a stylized, serious movie. And as I was saying, it's not like a serious, like, drama, like, dark movie. But, like, it had lots of serious moments in it.
You can have fun. You can have fun.
You can have fun. You can stylize.
Have range in your movie. That's what you mean.
You don't have to have one thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like... Yeah, like you can have the stylized.
A good movie should include all bits of stuff.
And even in like dramatic moments, like gunfights and stuff, it was still stylized. Like everything was going to the music.
Oh yeah,
that's why Emoji movies is pretty good. No,
that's why it clearly outranks Baby
Basically,
Driver.
Basically, I just want to see more stylized live action. It's not done enough. There's so many things like, well, there's a lot of range to the word stylized too. Mm-hmm. But I just mean I want more artistic live action movies. I want more fun live action movies.
Zack Snyder, here we go.
All right, so boy. Like there's so many movies that think, oh, to be successful, to be good, you need them to be serious, dark.
If you want stylized, why not limit yourself to Hollywood movies? But I can understand what you mean for the desire for Hollywood to accept more art movies.
I think just in general we need more artistic stuff. Like it's definitely out there.
It does exist. That's true.
And there's like such a varying range of artistry on like equal levels. Like take for example Studio Ghibli movies. I said it right.
That's good.
Just like the visual like pacing and like the tone, like everything about it is unique. Like it's not like it's a run-of-the-mill story, but the visuals are insanely unique. Like everything about it, the pacing, the writing, the visuals, the cinematography, the art, every aspect of it is unique to a certain degree, so the whole thing feels different, even in like normal segments. What was I gonna say about this? Oh yeah, take Spirited Away, compare that to it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Super nostalgic.
Yes. Spirited Away.
Take like Spirited Away and take have you seen Paprika?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, see, like those are both stylized movies in different ways, but they just show how different people are like when it comes to making art. And like the more direct personal direction someone has over a film, the more unique it gets. Not say unique as like opposed to other movies, but the more unique to having just like a set singular aspect or like style, like take the Emoji movie. That's so corporate, so many people worked on it, it comes out generic. But when you have like Ghibli movies, or I forgot the guy who made Paprika, but like he had a lot of influence in it, because it's an adaptation of a story by him.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he also had a lot of directorial influence.
So
like the more that single thing it gets, so even if it's not unique in a like overall like everything about it's unique, like you still get the feeling that it is like it's a passionate project.
Yeah, so what you mean is like there should be more interest for independent films.
Exactly.
Because that's how you get art movies. You want fresh new minds. That's independent movies. That's where you come in. Like,
and especially with like
Barry Jenkins, Moonlight.
I haven't seen that yet.
A24 is I think the answer you're looking for, because they're trying to bring out independent movies to the mainstream.
Yeah, speaking of which, in the trailers for Baby Driver, there was what was it called?
Good Time?
Yeah, Good Time. Great day.
Yeah.
It was a great day.
Oh.
So I feel like
let's see what they
I love these companies, you know. I just feel like they're
there's a lot of movies. Are they like a general publishing thing, or
they're just a publisher.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was something
they just select movies that they like.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was gonna say, how do they make like 12 movies a year?
So,
God
like,
damn.
You can see like one of the most.
Oh, they made Swiss Army Man.
They made It Comes at Night. It Comes at Night is a great stylistic movie. Moonlight by Barry Jenkins.
Definitely want to check these out because that movie in the trailer, they had a trailer for Good Time. Good Time.
James Franco's The Disaster Artist.
I want to see that.
Is also a A24 movie.
You know what that is, Devin?
The Room. It's the making of The Room.
There's a book that a cast member wrote about the making of The Room, and then this is an adaptation of that.
And Tommy Wiseau
is also a movie about the making of a movie.
A book.
It's a movie about a book about the making of a bad movie.
That's no. Let me tell you, it's a adaptation of a book of a movie. That is an adaptation of a book.
Wait, really?
Okay.
I was gonna say, no way The Room was. Who would publish that?
Is it? I don't know.
It is not. I guarantee you.
I hope not. That's
as I was saying, the movie at the beginning or in the trailer is Good Time. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like again, it looks super artistic. Looks like really
There's
unique.
a distinct style.
Yeah, like even in just the visuals and the cinematography
and the music.
The music.
There's a synthesizer.
I love synth pop. Like
there should be a push for independent movies, and I agree. It's definitely happening, and it's one of the things to be excited for in the future if we're still around.
If you guys want to see a great artist that makes music like in the Good Time trailer or like Kung Fury, check out Pilot, Pylot. He's on Monster Cat, so Pilot signed to that. He's actually making the soundtrack for a spiritual successor to Kung Fury. Whoa. It's like you know how Kung Fury was like the old 80s style?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like that, but it's like North Korea Kung Fury.
Oh my god!
It's that style, but it's like in North Korea.
I need to see that.
The main guy's like a ninja.
Just
North Korea.
Alone. Just because it's
just the idea.
Just the idea.
As soon as you said North Korea,
you had me interested.
You had me at North Korea.
It's on Kickstarter, and
it has zero money.
Escape from North Korea by Keithing Pictures.
Damn. Hey, you know that title sounds a lot like Escape from New York.
13 Days only has 11,000 out of it. 11.
And it has 1/10 of what it needs in 13 days.
I want to see this happen because like Pilot, the freaking baller.
This is definitely based off of.
It says it in here.
Escape from New York.
So quick, guys, it was $96,000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bud. See Pilot right there. 80s inspired music. He's freaking awesome. Underrated. Anyways, that tangent about 80s stuff.
You guys want to talk about the actual movie itself?
Baby Driver?
Yeah. We've been talking about like.
Devin, you talk about it. You've said nothing this entire podcast.
Because I'm not the movie man.
Okay, but
Who is the movie man?
You guys are
we're
the
all
movie man talking.
Movie men.
We're all movie men.
That's the podcast episode.
Movie men.
All right,
so what did I think about Baby?
Lean in closer.
What do you think?
So what did I think about Baby Driver?
It's actually not that bad.
Oh, okay.
Just like stay around there.
Yeah, I've been like backing up because I haven't said anything.
I know your audio's gonna be quiet, but it should
whatever.
be fine after compression.
Man, I mean now
Baby
that I'm
Driver.
on the spot, yeah. Okay, it's like usually when I walk out of a movie, I'm kind of like, all right, man, that was a movie. Like when we saw Superman, Batman, Superman, whatever, we both walked out, looked at each other, and I was like, that's a movie.
That happened. We watched it.
Yeah, no, I walked out, and it's like I'm like, yeah, like I think as soon as the credits came up, we all looked at each other and like, damn, what a movie.
I know, like I haven't had that in a while. I can't remember the last movie that like I saw in a theater and I was just like, this is good.
Yeah.
Like just,
besides the movie we watched right before.
I mean, yeah.
Ironically, I said when I walked out Batman v Superman, me and my brother were like, that was a good movie. Wow.
What a masterpiece.
What a movie.
I'm trying to think.
And
all like the
You know what? You guys watch Ultimate Edition Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
I don't think I want to see that movie, but longer.
That's what everyone. Like I heard someone was like, "Oh, you just gotta watch the limited length edition," and people were just like, "Dude, it's just the same thing, but you just added more scenes that weren't like good enough to make the final."
It's
I think it was more just time constraints.
It's more like pacing issues.
Yeah.
The movie.
But like I heard more stuff's explained, but I don't care.
Fair enough.
Not gonna lie.
I mean, if you didn't like the movie, just
I'm a Marvel boy.
If you don't like the movie, don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Exactly.
If you watch the movie, you didn't like it, just erase all memories from your brain.
Yeah, going back, I'm sure I know I've seen movies where I've walked out and been like, that's really good. Mm-hmm. But like all of my favorite movies that I've seen were always like either at home at a friend's house or like online.
Yeah.
Like stuff like the Ghibli movies, Paprika, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim, like all that stuff I've seen at home.
Oh,
or
you know,
like
a movie that'll make you say, "What a movie!"
What?
Dunkirk. I mean, like,
I've heard about that.
That's
we could have watched 3 movies today.
That movie is freaking long, man. Let me tell you, it's like 2 hours.
We would still be watching it.
But yeah, I definitely want to see that. And another movie that was great, I actually watched it with my mom on a laptop, but Inglourious Bastards.
Quentin Tarantino.
I remember being 11 and watching my
That's a man who's got
like
style.
That. And again, back to like personal movies.
He's gay.
He's gay.
Got him.
He's
the only ones I've seen were that and Kill Bill, but Kill Bill 1 and 2 are some of my favorite movies. Again, because of it's great because like I grew up watching kung fu movies. Like lots of Jackie Chan, Jet Li, that stuff. The One was one of my childhood movies. Yeah, starring Jet Li, but it's called The One, but there's 2 of him. See,
that movie's awful.
I do not.
I like it because of the nostalgia. I know the writing isn't the greatest, but the action's fun. The concept's crazy. I like it because I saw it before.
Yeah, there are better Jet Li movies.
Definitely. Hero.
Once Upon a Time, China.
I haven't seen that.
Put it on your bucket list. Put it on your wish list. That's a movie. That's what made him famous.
Okay. Yeah, I liked Hero a lot. Again,
it's basically
stylized.
Hero. It's almost the same as Hero. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I feel like a lot of things about stylized films is like, you know, a lot of these independent directors, they like to take inspirations, and I feel like one of the biggest inspirations for these films is Asian cinema, which has its own style, which it's.
I'm really glad I grew up with so many old things.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I grew up with VHSs and stuff. It's not that we couldn't afford it; we just didn't.
Yeah,
like we had a DVD player, but we had so many old VHSs and stuff that I grew up watching stuff like.
I did too.
Like OG. That was my first ever animated. Not first animated movie because I probably saw some Disney stuff, but my first Japanese like anime movie was Dragon Ball: Curse of the Blood Rubies. That
Curse of the Blood Rubies, what a title!
Curse of the Blood Rubies.
It was a retelling of like the first arc of Dragon Ball in movie form with a different antagonist.
You want to talk about a real Dragon Ball movie?
One of the first things.
Dragon Ball Evolution, the only movie I have ever seen on opening day. Dragon Ball Evolution.
How'd that turn out, huh? Change your life.
I was a kid, but even then, I knew I didn't love it.
Oh.
But I don't remember if I thought it was bad or good. I just know it wasn't like, whoa, that was so cool.
Wasn't there a Chi-Chi joke?
No. She was in it, but...
Okay, just keep going.
Going back to video game movies, anime movies, again.
Anime movies.
Or just live-action adaptations of animated things.
Coming to Netflix soon?
They just changed Kira completely.
Ghost in the Shell is awful.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Devin, what'd you like about Baby Driver?
I thought a good movie. I honestly, the way I am with movies is that like if I listen to someone's opinions on it, I can be like, yeah, that makes sense, but I can't formulate my own. Like I don't know. That's why I'm kind of sitting here like yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like a movie person usually.
What was your favorite meme?
Favorite part of the movie? You know, I really like
the
part. I mean, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
I gotcha.
I really like the part of the movie when they beat up his stepdad. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Actually, there's the part that got me where it was like someone in the background of the movie itself was like, I think he like laughed, and I just assumed it was someone like from my theater that we were in. But then like, what did the guy say? He was like, "Shut the fuck up," or I don't remember.
I remember something.
Like, it was like, whoa.
I remember something in this movie that I feel like wasn't discussed. The color palette of this movie.
Oh yes, I like that a lot.
I like how it kind of reminded me of Technicolor, like old films.
They're definitely
that folk because like back then these films could only focus on like, you know, your primary colors. And I felt like there was a lot of reds, a lot of blues, and a lot of yellows in this film.
And without a doubt, that was intentional.
That was intentional because, you know,
there's so much retro influence in general.
It's not just intentional, but aesthetically, it's important in a movie, unless it's black and white, to have, you know, good colors. You know, you need some contrast, you need some highlights. That's why I feel like a Marvel movie, I'm not a big fan of it because it's just grayscale. It's just digital.
Lots of grayscale.
No black contrast values, and I feel like Baby Driver is it not only is it a great film experience, it's a great movie to visualize.
Definitely.
Because a movie should it should entice all five senses except for taste or smell. Taste or smell. That's or touch, because that's weird.
Look at the screen.
All
right, so visuals and hearing.
And so basically,
all five of them except three.
Okay, so in other words, just a film shouldn't just like hear it. You should also see. And that's what.
Yeah, like all movies. You can see it, you can hear it, but you can feel it in your heart. You can smell it sometimes. It's really good.
You feel it in your soul.
I'm gonna say there's like a third sense to film is like to feel a movie.
Yeah, just like not even just emotional, but just like
to feel.
You were
personal inside the movie.
You're experiencing the movie. So in a sense, you are feeling it.
And I definitely liked how Devin, stop. Devin's messing with my adjustable brightness.
One of the most notable examples in the movie is like during the laundry scene. You notice there was red, blue, and yellow stuff in the laundry.
One like shirt rotating around.
Yeah, and then you can see it repeat for the whole time because
stuff like that. It's good, stylistic.
It's good visually, and it's a throwback to.
And so much stuff in this movie is like deliberate.
Yeah.
Like it's just background washing machines.
That's what makes.
And pretty much every other movie, it would just be random stuff, but in that they just thought, just make the shot more interesting, add to like the like retro movie vibe to it, just like add stuff like that in. It gives the movie more character.
Well, that's what makes a film individual, is like when you're able to like certain part, every aspect of the movie is like you can talk about it.
Definitely.
Unique. So that's why I feel like Davis is. I feel like that's why Davis likes stylistic movies so much, because as a movie you don't want to just walk in and then walk out saying that was a decent movie. You want to be able to enjoy all parts of the film. You know what I'm saying? That's why you like stylistic movies, is because you feel as if movies should be just more than just watching something and then leaving. You should be able to enjoy cinematography, soundtrack, acting, tones.
It's really good. You'll be thinking about it in bed that night.
And exactly, you'll be thinking about it in bed.
And but something I really like, or something about movies and like me, is that I grew up watching movies. I grew up looking at art. I grew up listening to music, and so in turn that made me want to try those things. So I
relate with you 100%.
Yeah, like definitely everyone is inspired by something to do, like pretty we kind of like no one's just like same I'm gonna be an artist starting now. Like no, your art and like your desire to make art and stuff is inspired by media and like things that you've seen,
or not just media, but like families, friends,
just like things.
What's around you? You're
inspired by your experiences,
your background.
Yeah, and so and on the flip side of that, once I started trying art, trying animation, trying music, trying just
weed.
Yes. No.
Edibles. No.
Yeah, who inspired you for that?
Crack.
I've never seen a drug, but
you never know.
Even just dabbling in those things gave me instant, much more appreciation for them all, because you realize what kind of thoughts and like what kind of things go into the production. Because before it's like, oh, that's really nice. That's an animation.
So that's why I encourage everyone to watch a movie and just like talk about what you like, and then like pay attention to like try to like pay attention to all the stuff that's in the movie, not just what's plain on the paper. You gotta like examine,
But going back to what I was saying is that trying those things, making videos, art, animation, music, games, just like that increases my as I said, it makes me appreciate it so much more, because as I was saying with things like Disney, like as a kid you just see it's like, oh, it's a cartoon made by people, but then when you sit down and make an animation, you realize how much thought and effort is put into it and how much skill these people have.
You can appreciate it
because like
more.
And you can, thinking about it post animation attempts, like you realize you need to be consistent in frames, you need to understand the motion, you need to be able to keep the motion good without compromising on the visuals. You have to plan out everything extensively, and like you just need to be skilled at it to make it at the level that these guys do. And especially music, that's like one of the biggest ones. Like animation I appreciated before because I already understood a lot of what went into it before trying it, but music was just like, before I started trying to make it, it was just magic to me. I was like, all right, these people just have computers, they have like billions of layers of instruments and effects, they just go crazy. But then after doing things and getting varying degrees of success, like I can listen to a song and hear like, oh, they used this effect here, and like they brought in these like effects and this structure of the song here. Like it, like I can understand pretty much everything they did while still being able to hear it and being like, now it went from me saying how did they do it, from now how did they get good enough to be able to know to do these things.
Yes. And that that allows you to not just appreciate it but love it.
Yeah.
Love what you see.
So it went from things inspiring me to do things, and doing those things inspiring me to like appreciate those things I liked at the beginning even more. And it's just a cycle of inspiration and seeing things and other things. And something I was talking about with Devin, as you can confirm, I don't know why I said that.
This never happened. He is making this up. I do not know this man.
A discussion I had with him is how just art in general is not confined to each medium. Like, so many things carry over to other things. Like, a motif in music is also similar to a motif in a film. Like, you'd hear a song and it repeats a part subtly and then it brings it back later in the song, whereas a film would have like a detail that's brought up again. Or something in art like color palettes and just composition also present in things like films. And it's not just visual media, it can like go from like text writing and like music. Like, so many aspects of each thing are interconnected. Once you notice that and like start trying to understand it, the more you can just appreciate creative work in general. Devin, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Well, if we're trying to keep it condensed and movie related, I'm not really sure.
Alright, what's your favorite anime?
You know,
that's
yeah, we're going down that route.
You know, I'm
as well.
I just watched Death Note.
That's lame.
Yeah. What's so lame about that?
You know why?
Why?
My favorite?
Spoilers.
My favorite shit? Cowboy Bebop.
I really want to see
Samurai Champloo.
I really want to see that.
Samurai Shampoo.
No, Champloo.
Okay,
those are masterpieces.
Samurai Champloo is what got me into like liking lo-fi hip hop, like
New Jabez. Oh my god, Fat Boy, John, dude, those forces of nature. They're incredible. And that's why I think it's a master.
It was like a Watch Mojo list or whatever, and it was like
top
10 anime. I don't know.
I
just know that people.
I found this show out.
People talked about the intro song, and like I knew it because of the opening, and I liked the song.
Oh, and, Battle Cry.
Yeah, I have a cool remix of that by Saib.
No, don't never remix that song.
No, it's less of a remix. They just they took the vocals and just made their own beat for it.
I mean, like. Yeah, I found the show because I grew up watching Chambara films.
Yeah,
like samurai movies.
So did I. I just haven't seen it yet.
So did you go? No,
so you didn't really.
Name 3 of his albums.
So you didn't. So
I just haven't gotten around to it. So again, not again. I in my game Superficial, there's a character who's stylistically based off of Samurai Champloo. He's a ninja, and like his music and stuff is he listens to like Nujabes, like lo-fi hip hop stuff. Like, it's more of a subtle reference, but like a lot of his like motifs and stylistic stuff is based off of Samurai Champloo. Because I thought like, oh, there's a thing. It's like samurais, but it has like a hip hop soundtrack. I have a ninja character. Let's give him that aspect. Like, let's make an homage to that and give him that same stylistic aspect with his like themes and stuff.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, that was a tangent.
I'm gonna say, Davis. All things aside, I look forward to someday. I really hope I can see your projects.
It'll be done in 20 years.
I mean, as an adult, as an older person, I really hope I can.
An older person at 16 years old.
as someone who makes projects as their own, I appreciate, and I really hope that your project succeeds and stuff.
As do I hope yours and
thank
yours.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got some.
I want to say that to you too, Devin.
Man,
I don't even know what yours is.
Mine requires so much art and animation. Like,
I
would have to do it by myself.
Same with mine.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
So,
like,
I think it's easier for me because I can.
We'll talk about Devin's after the podcast.
I have the tools.
Yeah.
Supplies.
See, I have no inspiration.
Does he have the supplies?
We could talk about inspiration, like what kind of things you could check out. But going back to movies and like stylized movies, like Scott Pilgrim, like underrated stylized movie.
Back to Scott Pilgrim, huh?
It's not about that.
Oh,
Just something. It's a similar style of movie, but a lot of people don't like it. But personally, it was one of my favorite childhood movies growing up. The Speed Racer movie. What do you think about that, Dewey?
Ass.
We're not talking. We're not friends. No.
Really?
And the podcast.
Speed
deleted.
Racers. I mean,
guys, it's 12.
It's awful. I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Well, I don't care.
I mean, if you like it, good on you. I mean, like,
I know it's campy. I
can see what you can like about it.
Yeah.
Like visually, it's very different. It's almost as if like it's a cartoon that's like.
I can get why a simple mind like you would look forward to.
That's what. No, it's what Scott Pilgrim. It reminded me with that. Like I had the same kind of like visual things it was going for, but instead of
very inspired
instead
by
of video games, it was more inspired by like animation.
Very inspired by animation.
And just in general, like it was super campy, very self-aware. Like it didn't like act off of that much, but like.
I don't know. I thought
it wasn't trying to be serious.
I thought the film was just like what was lacking on that. It was like the characters kind of bland.
Yeah, definitely.
Very bland.
It's
like
one of those movies.
I like my good character.
It's one of these movies for me. I'm like, it's not a good movie. So. I'm not saying it's like bad by movie sense, but like it's not excellent. It's not like Baby Driver, like great all around. But I really, really like it. It's like that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be good for me to enjoy it and like really like it. Because not only does it have a lot of nostalgia, but again, it's movies like that probably sparked my interest in like more independent and like stylized films.
Because like with these movies, it's different from like something that's manufactured like an Emoji movie. You can see like it's a personal project.
Yeah.
You can feel the passion in these movies.
Dumb kids, you're feeding the Emoji movie
and
too?
Davis, I assume it's the same for you and me. You feel like since it's so personal, you feel like you could do it yourself, and that's what inspires you to persevere and try to pursue the same type of stuff. You want to do it to yourself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Not you, Devin.
Yeah,
you're out.
Well, I don't know about Devin so much, but since David,
my voice and cut it out of the entire.
Since Davis, Davis has been talking a lot about inspirations. I feel like I can relate to him, and I agree. It's true.
What are your inspirations for what you want to do, Devin?
I don't have any. That's the problem.
Just not you. You have to have it. It's just maybe you
aren't thinking about it in the same way.
Well, okay, here's the thing about mine. It's like. What's
TV shows?
What's the thing that you showed me? The like Scooby Doo kind of stylized.
Oh, Mystery Skulls animated.
It's like Mystery Skulls. What is it? It's just like it's basically a video that plays along with the music, like all the bumps and all the kicks. Like I don't know.
It's set to the beat of the music.
Like, pretty much. Like that's what my thing. It would be a series of songs that like tell a story through the music. Pretty much.
For those of you who don't,
Gorillas, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite band.
I hate them. But
thank you.
No, sorry, but it's just like I don't like their music, but I like what
Definitely,
they do. I like what they do. It's like they tell stories through music, and it's just like the creator themselves said that they want to create movies in your mind. They make it short. Yeah. But it's supposed to inspire younger
Going back
audiences.
to personal projects.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is it. It's such a personal band. Like what I like about it is how there's only one consistent member, and that's the lead singer. Everyone else rotates out, and it's just like every song is just featuring like pretty much everyone. Like especially with the new album Humans, like all songs but two. Busted in Blue I know. I don't know if Sleeping Powder. I know it came out. It might have just been the video. I don't remember it being on the album, but it's definitely on the album now. So I don't know. I'm not a true Gorillaz fan. No,
never was either.
No, favorite band, but yeah, like every song of theirs features someone pretty much, like with the exception of those, and like their new album, like, as I said, almost every song features a singer or multiple, like up to 3 per song.
You know, what I like about Gorillaz is, like, you know, they want you to, you know, implore in your mind. They want you to, like, make your own movies.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. Mm-hmm. That's what they did with these shorts. They made them short so that you can imagine, you know, an entire movie with these. And I feel like, you know, this goes par on par with stylistically, because, you know, when you have something that's stylistic, that's individual, it means that, you know, this artist did it themselves. And I feel like that's trying to convey to younger audiences is that, you know, you too can persevere in these subjects. And I feel like that's why you love these projects as much as you do, because, like, they inspired you to become, you know, what you are today.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it.
And they're definitely one of my biggest musical inspirations, in the sense that you listen to every album, you can feel the personality in each one, you can tell it's the same band, but each album is so different. Like, first album had a lot of, like, rock and, like, punk rock, like, underground influences, especially songs like 5-4 and freaking Rock the House, I guess. All the Dell tracks, like, had the old hip-hop influences.
Oh my god, we reached 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm trimming this down a bit.
Yeah,
Jesus,
gotta
man.
take a break.
Yeah, we're nearing the
Wrap it
end.
up soon.
But second album, much more, like, God, I'm gonna mess this up. I don't even remember what songs are on that, but, like, it had a different tone. Like, it felt more produced rather than, like, it felt more high budget. Like, they had more stuff to do, and it was a more developed concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Third album was a lot more synthy. Plastic Beach, I have a vinyl of it right there.
Wow.
Got for my
that's
birthday.
Gorillaz?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Plastic Beach. Much
I
more
hated that.
much more synthesized stuff, much less emphasis on hip hop, other than songs like White Flag, I think. And even that song.
If I'm correct, there's some albums in Gorillaz, even though I'm not a big fan. Aren't they, like, also inspired by Japanese pop music too?
I think just certain aspects of it.
Yeah, like the choir parts.
I don't know much about Japanese pop, so I can't tell you.
I can show you an example after the podcast.
All right, but yeah, and then the fourth one is a lot more modern hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard
but
that one.
More, like, even then it's still stylized. Like, it has modern production techniques. It feels miles different than the old gritty analog feel of the first album, but you can tell it's still them. Like, it carries the same personality through the stylistic and the personal connections. Devin, what's your favorite band?
I mean,
you know, I really like One Direction.
Yeah, you know,
I like One Direction.
I've been listening to a lot of Daft Punk, and that's like
another one of my big boy inspirations.
They are heavily inspired by bands like, you know, Earth, Wind, Fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you seen?
Like, they sample stuff like that.
It's
like
identical.
Robot Rock.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen
that whole song is a sample, just
it's
remixed.
Just like they're
have a lot of
inspired by
samples.
like Earth, Wind, Fire, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of, like,
especially on their new album, Ram?
Get Lucky. For the Grammys, they also invited, you know, one of their biggest inspirations, Stevie Wonder. You know, the blind guy.
Oh yeah.
The blind guy with dreads. They invited him to, like, sing with them, and, you know, I feel like it's another case with, you know, Gorillaz, where, like, these music, while they're made in the modern times, they use their roots. You know, they use that what they enjoyed from back then.
You know, this is how
and
I
they
stop
turn
talking.
it into.
I bring something up, and you're going to take a completely different direction.
I'm sorry, yeah,
That's all
but,
good.
like, what I'm trying to say, Devin, I feel like you like it because, like, you know, it's from another time, and it's just trying to bring back a stylistic choice.
Going back to Baby Driver.
Exactly.
Timeless.
Timeless. And that's why you like, Devin, that's why you like Daft Punk, because, like, you probably feel like it's timeless. And
What if I'm like, that's not why I like
that's not it at all. They just have sick beats, bro.
Yeah.
And,
you know,
like
if anything, that's how I feel about Daft Punk.
And again, going back to Gorillaz and Edgar Wright, like, they have so much range, and their personality carries through each of their projects. Yeah. First album, Homework, I got it in a DVD, as a DVD at a garage sale. I was just like, oh, I know Daft Punk. I just knew Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and Around the World. That was it. And Technologic. That was it.
Yeah.
So we picked up that CD, and then I listened to it. I was like, oh, this is way different. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
This is, like, interesting. Second album, Human After All.
That's a song name.
I know, but I'm pretty sure that's album.
I don't know. Best album is Random Access Memories.
Oh yeah, that's a recent one. Right? That's the one where they use like all the actual like instruments from band people.
Album. Really? Oh, Human After All came after Discovery. I'm sorry.
Oh, that wasn't.
So yeah, Discovery was the one with the animated film Interstellar 555. That had like the much more like sampley, like upbeat kind of like. It's like the Plastic Beach album of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Like it had that kind of feel to it, like the lighter, like poppy, not poppy, but just like tone. You know, it felt a bit more. It was more original sounding.
Yeah.
Human After All went back to like their analog-y, like homework kind of stuff. Where it's definitely their darkest album.
Yeah.
And I had like a bit less. Like Discovery took like 3 years to make or something. Just because of how much.
Discovery is the one with all the classics.
Oh, this one's the album with there's like it was like something about outer aliens.
No, that was
Static.
That was Discovery.
Oh my bad. Yeah.
Discovery had that's
the
the one with the anime movie.
Okay.
The guy who made Captain
I
Harlock.
love that. It's just like you feel like it's part of something, but it's up to the imagination. It's like.
And no, they actually made a full movie.
Kanye West.
This was released a day before I was born.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Hey, yeah, this is the
year.
Label Virgin. That's no coincidence.
Hey.
Anyways,
no, I'm kidding.
Did you know about the movie for this?
No, I did not.
Oh, they made an album movie where it's the whole album playing end to end, but then there's a whole animated movie that goes with the music.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I've never seen it. Like I've only seen the video of like.
Yeah, like
I haven't seen it in like.
The music videos for the songs are the clips of the movie that they're in, and I'm pretty sure it plays. I haven't seen it. I need to. Because I like that album. I like each album.
I think that one's has most of my favorites.
No, Ram Access is like one of the most popular.
Yeah, like that one. I'm pretty sure they used no sampling. Like that was one of the things they set out to do. I mean, like, they wanted to like.
This is the song that won a Grammy.
Yeah.
Get Lucky.
Like it took the influences of
that was
Giorgio Moroder without a doubt. He's the bassist of one of the songs.
I know. And what I love about Daft Punk is, they're neo disco, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, after the 1970s, there was like an anti-disco movement. And it was like followed by rock, generic rock and shit. And like, they brought disco back. Get Lucky in my if I'm
Davis, this released the day before your birthday.
Whoa! What is this?
If I'm well aware.
Let's check the other albums.
Wait. Dude, when's your birthday?
let me say this. It's just that Get Lucky was the first song that marked the return of disco.
Yeah.
Like, it made #1. It was like, it won a Grammy. It's just like, disco's back, stronger than ever. Yeah. And, I gotta give it to Daft Punk, because without them, who knows what the 2010s.
If you guys haven't seen it yet, I heavily recommend the Daft Punk documentary.
I've been meaning to watch that.
I forgot what it's called, but it basically follows them from their start to the end of Ram. Random Access Memories.
Another favorite album from Daft Punk, Tron Legacy.
That also another excellent display of range and personality.
Stylistically, great movie.
It's another movie where it's like sort of like the Speed Racer,
heavily stylized by like anime.
It's not a fantastic movie, but the visuals and the personality and the uniqueness of it just makes it so much more enjoyable.
I think it's better than Speedrunners, but
I agree. It's good, but
it's got Jeff Bridges. That's all you need.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's not a spectacular Grammy-winning movie, but it's super enjoyable. Is what I'm saying.
Hold the phone. Daft Punk made the music.
That's what I'm saying. Like the movie itself isn't perfect.
That just makes it like that more cinematic.
But the style of it is just so enjoyable. And now after Random Access Memories, their works with The Weeknd.
I'm so disappointed. There's no they canceled Tron 3.
Yeah.
I know it was happening,
I
but
want my Daft Punk.
I'm upset about they canceled Five Nights at Freddy's 6. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
They're still making the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, the movie?
Wait,
the
what?
Minecraft movie's coming out summer 2019.
What the hell?
They're still making it, dude.
I thought
they passed over producers or whatever.
I thought they gave up on it.
No, they passed over studios or whatever, so they're starting from scratch basically. But it's probably gonna happen. I really hope they go the self-aware kind of like parody.
Please don't have another.
I don't
Emoji
want.
Movie.
I don't want them to try and be serious and make another like Chucky or whatever.
How much do you want to bet that it's the plot of Lego movie again.
It's probably going down the road of generic, like, trying to be edgy kind of thing.
Trying to break the system.
I really hope, but they probably won't. I really hope they go self-aware and make fun of itself.
I
want it to be a dark comedy.
I need my ghetto, I need my, like, ratchet Minecraft hacker girl.
Oh, yes.
That needs to happen. And it needs to say the word girl on the username.
Yeah, do they use it?
Are we talking about the same movie? Are you talking?
No, Minecraft movie.
Oh, I was talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, I thought...
That's what I was saying. I want it to be a dark comedy, like...
Why not have a horror movie?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, still dark horror, but something like Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
No. You seen Lights Out?
No.
Oh. It's basically a movie where, like, you turn the lights on, there's nothing. Turn the lights off, there's like a ghost.
Oh yeah, that was the one that was based off of the YouTube video, right?
Yeah. It was like it was like the short film was Lights Out, and then it got made into a movie.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna do Lights Out, either like do your approach or like legit make a scary movie.
I know, but that's the thing. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's hard source material to work with, just because of the stigma around it.
Yeah, because it's already been.
So
it was big
either
like 3
make
years
it
ago.
really well done and make it actually good,
really scary.
Like if they nail it, then that's good.
Or
it would just be a scary movie about.
Or just make it like somewhat of a Tucker and Dale versus Evil situation.
Live action?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yes.
It was gonna be Warner Brothers originally, but Devin and I watched Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Have you seen that?
When that came out?
A while ago, like 2012.
I'm afraid I haven't watched that.
Oh, it's great. It's very unique. Spoilers for that movie. Go in completely blind, look up nothing. It's very great. Yeah, the one.
I forgot the name.
Basically, it's a horror movie parody. Where
have we reached the 2-hour mark? Oh, we're just
about.
We're 3 hours.
I'm probably gonna cut this to like hour and a half.
Yeah, we should like
get the good stuff.
Yeah,
get the good stuff.
Soon.
Stuff without that.
This is it's been so varied that it's gonna be hard to decide.
Just me and
I could just be standing here like just doing whatever, I don't know.
But yeah, that movie. Spoilers, but if you have seen it,
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen it.
Don't spoil it for me.
Basically, it subverts expectations, and it's a dark. It's a dark comedy. No, it's a parody of horror movies, basically.
What's the name? I never remember the name.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That's a forgettable name.
I guess.
There's a lot of versus Evil out there.
Oh yeah. Well then again.
In and of itself, it's parodying that stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But basically, I'm not gonna say anything about that movie anymore. But like, it's a dark comedy. But so I think if they made a dark comedy with horror elements, I guess like Chucky didn't that do that?
Yeah,
I haven't
Chucky
seen it.
was originally a horror film, and then the series progressed into more comedic, kind of like the Friday the 13th franchise.
So doing something like that, dude, that would be awesome. A Five Nights at Freddy movie
in space, like Jason.
That would be awesome. A Five Nights at Freddy.
No, because look, the Five Nights at Freddy's games are based off of like 90s-ish era, I guess, with like the pizzerias and stuff, like Chuck E. Cheese.
Definitely Chuck E. Cheese.
Like with the old arcade machines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if they made the movie an homage or parody of the movies, like the horror movies that were around at that time, made it like a Friday the 13th or like Halloween type of movie.
Oh, so you want it like retro, like Kung Fury, but like meets Five Nights at Freddy,
with
right?
the way that horror movies were then.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I'd like that.
That would work.
Because they did that with arcade machines and stuff in the game, so if they went with that theme and like did the horror movie thing with that, then that'd be really interesting. I would actually see that.
If you're an ambitious idiot like I am, I'd probably make the movie like it's set inside the room. You don't know if it's real or not. Psychological stuff.
You don't know if it's in real life.
It's a 2-hour.
But then again,
playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's a 2-hour Let's Play.
I mean, like, have you seen some like stuff like Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock movies? You know, it's all built in suspense on whether or not it's the horrors. What you don't, Hitchcock once said, what you don't see is scarier than
what's in the beyond realm.
Like Jaws, you know what I'm saying? You never see the shark a lot in the movies, just like his point of view, and you hear the music. Yeah. So I'm saying, if you're making a serious Five Nights at Freddy's,
can't see Freddy.
Don't try not to see it.
Jump scare.
Yeah, do a jump scare or like try not to make it. But then again,
without a doubt, they've got to do at least one.
That would ruin the whole point of Five Nights at Freddy's, since they're real. Yeah. So just make
unless they take liberties and do like a reimagining. That would be because like the games are so set in gameplay and like background lore. If you adapted what happens in the games, it would be nothing.
Actually,
it would be a guy at a desk just closing doors and looking at cameras.
There is some story if you look at the lore of.
You could have scenes of gameplay.
No, because what I'm trying to say is there is a story in Five Nights at Freddy's.
But you couldn't make a movie based on the gameplay alone.
Not the gameplay, but
you can have scenes of what's happening in the gameplay, as an homage. Have one or two scenes of him actually doing the thing.
The climactic ending, or the second act, will be only for 5 minutes. You will actually have the scene,
but the rest of it is.
But the rest of the movie will probably be story. Build up. Investigation, build up.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Running away from stuff.
Oh boy. There's no running in Five Nights at Freddy's, you dumbo.
No running in there?
I remember the comments
what's scarier, Five Nights at Freddy or the pizza you find in the ride?
What?
No, Chuck E. Cheese.
Or the friends you made along the way.
No, I'm talking about the food you find inside Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
they're hidden stuff. Yeah. What's scarier, finding a pizza that's under your chair, or seeing Freddy alive? I'd be more disgusted if he throws an old pizza.
Ew. Pizza. It's like you in 8th grade.
Oh yeah, when you threw a pizza that landed
Devin,
on
you tell the story.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't remember what we were. I was something.
We were talking.
We probably talking about stew.
We're about stew.
We were
collaborating.
Yeah, there's
some
sort of a joke.
That's the last time we've worked together on a project.
Honestly, and it was stew of all things. But yeah, we were sitting out in the lunch court eating some pizza. I don't remember.
We got kicked out of our classroom hangouts.
Yeah, so we're some homeless boys, and we were making jokes, talking about a character. Something scary happens in the joke, and it would be and then,
the joke would be something happened. That's what you just said. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I think it was
a voice comes on the phone.
And it's something about the phone.
Something startles the character, and you go,
And while you were doing that,
when he did that, he just threw a pizza. He didn't want to eat the crust, so he just threw the crust.
No. It wasn't just crust. It was an entire pizza.
It was a slice.
It was an entire slice.
It was a cafeteria slice.
Wait, we're just eating, and you just committed to the joke. You threw an entire slice of pizza,
and it landed on some poor girl's head, and she was unfazed. And I just felt so bad.
Well, we played it off. They looked around. We just acted natural. They didn't know it was us.
And
to this day, she thinks a pizza just fell on her head from the side.
And that's the worst part. You could see a slice of tomato on her hair. You could see a pepperoni, and it was just we didn't do it. We just went. We just stood up. We just stood up, walked away, and as far as I know, that poor 6th grader.
She could be haunted to it by this.
She could be haunted
to this day.
Pizza ghost is following her at all times.
She could be traumatized by
She will never eat
by
pizza.
the ghost of She's traumatized by the purple guy.
She was stuffed in the first.
She
was stuffed in the first.
She will never move on from middle school.
God,
and that's all your fault, Davis.
What a way to end.
What a way to end this podcast. Wrap it up. Emoji movie.
Wrap it up.
Baby Driver. Good movie.
Emoji movie. Great movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll end this.
You guys, any final thoughts? Anything you want to say?
Leave the comment down below.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And give us a suggestion of what we should actually
tell us. What was your favorite moment of the Emoji movie? Tell us in the comments below.
And also, support our patron. And don't forget, if you like to see something, let us know.
Follow my SoundCloud. I put a lot of www.sound.
All right, so
that wraps it up.
see ya.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.